Let's do a quick video on video conferencing etiquette. Right now I'm recording this video in the midst of the COVID-19 shelter-in-place order here in California, so this is going to be presumably how all of you handle your meetings for the foreseeable short-term future. So, video conferencing might be new to some of you, might be old hat for others. I certainly am a work-from-home person that has had plenty of experience either suffering through or enjoying some video conferences. The reason that it can be one or the other is really related to the etiquette and how people sort of conduct and handle themselves during these video conferences. So one of the first things, and this is kind of related to anybody that's hosting a video conference, some of these are obvious, some of these might be things that you just have to reinforce so that you make sure you do them even if they are obvious, which, for instance, arriving early. If you're the host, you should be on that call many minutes before anybody else, and you should be making sure that your internet connection is good, that any of the settings in the conference room are set up. One of those being if you have the functionality to auto-mute people when they jump on. Not a bad idea if you'll have a large group, because if you have a large group and they're auto-muted when they jump on, you'll see them, they can wave, they can show you that their internet's working and that they are present. And then depending on how you conduct the meeting, if people are going to talk, you can unmute them, or in some conference rooms, they can self-unmute. And that's another tip. Have some ground rules for these larger group meetings where if someone's going to speak up, there's some way that they notify you, maybe through the chat, there's usually one of those, and then you unmute them or they notify you and unmute themselves. And then with that same type of issue within the conferences, general open-ended questions to a large group is going to create chaos. Lots of people talking over each other, not the best idea. So it's good to have specific questions and then have that procedure that I just mentioned about when someone is going to speak and needs to unmute themselves. These are some good sort of easy ones and kind of dependent on your functionality. But in addition to that, it's always going to be helpful if you can have some kind of background that isn't distracting. I was on a video conference the other day, and the other participant was at home, and like we all are, and probably with other people, there was a lot of background noise going on. It sounded like they were making a 10-course dinner back there. And as much as he had a microphone on, I had a microphone on, and we were able to communicate and hear each other, it was still very distracting. And so maybe that's another tip right there, is making sure your microphone game is up, AirPods work, things like that. I've got a little microphone on right now that hopefully makes this sound really nice for you. So here's just some quick tips. There's other things that you can do with your conference line that make a difference as far as how it's structured, giving people advanced tips, these ground rules ahead of time, maybe making sure you do some practice runs before you actually conduct a large group call. There's also some different platforms out there that actually are designed for different versions of these types of virtual meetings. Maybe they allow you to put PowerPoints down one side while you do the presentation on the other. All of these types of things, and most of this is preparation, will help you then navigate and conduct a very smooth and sort of enjoyable video conference, as much as those can be. So hopefully this is helpful, a little bit of a PSA general knowledge here. Actually got this request from my roommate, who is now dealing with lots of video conferences and has been very frustrated by the ones that aren't run well. And I was actually on one the other day that was run really well. And so it does make a difference. Hopefully these tips are helpful. Hope you tune in again for some more knowledge. Hope you tune in again for some more knowledge from the Better FAQ video series. Have a great day.